Okay guys, so today we're going to be going through a few different techniques for masking canopies, and the first one we got going is one with the pre-cut mask that you can buy, or die cut mask, and they come on a sheet like this with all the different shapes for all the different canopy frames and that. Now these don't cost much. You can go on eBay and buy them fairly cheap. If you're like me though and you've got like 100 odd aircraft kits here, it does get expensive if you got to go and buy that many. I generally only buy them for things that have like lots of small little canopies that have to be masked, like lots of framework and stuff like this guy here. So it just saves me having to cut out all those myself, and they're fairly easy to use. They come with an instruction sheet like these guys here, and it'll have like whatever part number it is, and then it'll have a dotted line that goes across and tells you which part to pull off there to put on whatever area. So I've got this one already marked, and I'll just pull it up and I'll just show you how they go on. It's not a very hard thing to do. So I've already got this one marked that I'm going to pull off, and all you do is just peel it off. I'm just going to pair of tweezers there, pull the corner up and take them off like so. They come off fairly easy. It's only like a masking tape. Okay, now to put it on here, well, is just sort of line it up, okay, and just sit it there gently, and you got a little bit of leeway to push them around like so. Okay, and once you're fairly sure that's seated exactly where you want it, I just generally use a toothpick and just go around with a toothpick with a blunted end and just sort of push it into place. If you're not happy with where that is, you can actually lift it and move it around a little bit more. They're not that delicate, as in you can't remove them and try again sort of thing. But yeah, very easy to use, guys. But like I say, if you've got a lot of kits, you don't want to be paying that much for each time you do it. Like I say, I buy them just for aircraft that have like very fine framework, like this guy here is off a Catalina, the Catalina flying boat. And as you can see, the framework on there is fairly complex, and that's only one, only a couple of windows there. So yeah, I buy them generally for that. So that's how they work, and I'll turn the video back on when I have my other equipment ready for the other ways that we can do some masking. Okay guys, so we're back, and the first one I'm going to show you is it's just on this bigger frame here, which is off the P51 32nd scale. Now the first one that you can use is just get your thinner strips of masking tape like this guy here, and I'll just actually pan this camera back out a little bit just so I don't keep going out of shot for you. Now it's just a matter of lining up where the edge should be. Okay, you don't have to start right on the edge, you can actually move it around. Now as you drag this around, keep watching where your edge is, okay, and just put it down a little bit at a time like so. Okay, and this end here is a little bit off, so I'll lift that back up and put it back down like so, and finish this end off properly. Yep, like that. So it's just thin, just a thinner type of masking tape that you put down on there, and you go right around it. When you get to the corners, it's just, you can see where that ends. You can use a toothpick. I'll grab one here that hasn't been too destroyed. Okay, and just use your toothpick to push in right along the edge so you can see clearly where that line is. Okay, brand new number 11 blade, and just trim along there like so and take them off, and that's how you do it, guys. Fairly easy. Okay, the next one is with some wider masking tape. Okay, so if you've got masking tape like this, okay, and don't worry about lining up the edge. If you just want to put it over the whole piece like so, okay, and then we'll try and get this to focus where we need it. Okay, toothpick again, go around, push down till we get our seam line right where the canopy is. Okay, and it's just the same thing, guys. Nice sharp number 11 blade. Okay, and you'll be able to feel where that edge is. and just draw it along. Okay, and it's the same thing, just go around, cut the whole thing out. Now a technique I've been trying lately is using, it's a number, I think it's a 22 or 23 blade. You can see that one there, it's got a little bit of curve in it. Okay, now I've seen this, some people doing this on another video where you don't actually use the tip of the blade and you can push it away from you. Okay, and it gives you just that little bit better control, because you can really feel where that blade's going, and you only cut with that first little part of the blade. Okay, so this keeps going out of focus on us, but okay, don't use the point of the blade, just use it up near the front, and you can really feel it's really sticking to where that, you know, where that line is. So, and just trim the corners off like so. And it's the same thing, guys, it just it's got a nice clean cut on it. So yeah, that's just another way to do it, guys. And the last one, I'll peel that off, and I don't have a lot of this left, but it's the bare metal foil. Now the bare metal foil just comes in sheets like this. Okay, I wouldn't use the silver. I've tried the silver and the chrome, and it's a bit hard to see. You can put black on the tip of your knife to make it a bit easier when you see the knife tip, but it works the same way as a tape. It's just that this stuff here is much finer, and you can really see your canopy frames, and you know, on smaller scales like 70-second and things like that, and you've got lots of little frames to do. This stuff here is my go-to material. It's fantastic to see the finest things, and I'll put it over this part here. Okay, and again, the old toothpick. Now I'm going to make sure this focuses for you so you get the idea of just how good this stuff is. Okay, as you can see, that's pushing right in where the canopy frame is, like so. Now be careful with your toothpick. This one here is probably a little bit sharp. I normally would just blunt this toothpick, it's just a little bit too sharp, and it can dig through this stuff because it's very fine. Okay, now you can see that has really showed up where that canopy frame is. It's really great for doing this. Okay, once you've got it right, like push down the rest of it, sort of thing. And it's just the same deal. Actually, what I'll do is down in here, I'll push this down a little bit as well, just to show you just how fine this stuff can get. Okay, now that's actually right down at the bottom there now. Now hopefully you can see that. That's showing up the rivet marks, the grab handle, all sorts of things, and that's how fine it is. It's even gone into where the rivets are. Okay, so that's how fine that stuff shows up. So if you've got really fine detail canopies, this is the stuff to use. I'm going to try the number 22 blade again, and it's the same deal, guys. Just find where your line is, just run your blade through it. Okay, you don't have to use the 22. I normally use the number 11s. Like I say, I'm just trying these 22 blades out because I've seen someone else using these, and I just wanted to see how well they actually work. Okay, now I do have to use the tip in there, in the corners, but it's exactly the same technique, guys. Okay, nothing special about it. And make sure I get the corners down like so. Okay, and you just peel off the parts out here. I'll start from this end, and that leaves you a nice, really well traced out cover. So now the only thing with this stuff is, guys, it can be like, you know, pushed through very easy. You can mark it and, you know, punch holes through it and stuff like that. You can do strips to save yourself a little bit rather than covering the whole canopy. Do strips to do around the frame, then fill it in with tape in the middle. The other thing with this stuff is when you peel it off, it leaves a residue behind, especially if it's been on there for a little while. It will leave a residue behind. But all I use is a little bit of car wax, this stuff here, okay, Maguire's, just the wax, okay, and put it on an earbud, and just, you know, rub it with that, and it just takes that straight back off, guys. So it's very easy to clean it off. I think you can use Goo Gone and stuff like that as well to clean it off. But yeah, that's my go-to for the smaller, more delicate frames. If I haven't got a masking set, a pre-cut set, I'll go for this stuff every time. It's awesome. For the bigger frames, I'll go more for these types of techniques and the wider tape. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. One other one that I have seen done is it's a reverse it's a reverse type of thing for smaller frames, like say these guys here. And what I've seen done is they will actually, I'll get this to focus a little bit for us. Okay, they'll actually sand off all the framework, and then they will actually mask up where the windows are, and so the framework, where the framework should be, is exposed. Then paint it, peel up your masking, and the paint becomes the actual framework. Now you do that on like 1/44 scale and stuff like that, and from what I've seen, it looks really, really good. I tried it on a smaller canopy, and it does look good. Just so long as there's not rivet detail and things like that that you have to add in there, might be a little bit harder. I guess you can put it in there if you've got a riveting tool or whatever. But yeah, it's not something I can speak a lot about because I haven't tried it a lot. But yeah, guys, that'll give you a general idea of different ways to mask your canopies. It's one of those chores we all hate doing. I know I hate it when I open a kit up and I get to the masking of the canopies, especially when they're fine and there's a lot of work in it. It's like, oh no, the canopy masking thing. But these are probably the easiest techniques that I know of, and the pre-cut mask obviously very, very easy. But yeah, guys, take your time, do it well, because a well-masked canopy can make or break a kit. If you don't mask it up properly, and it can actually ruin a kit. You've got this beautiful paintwork, and then you look at the canopy and it's all paintwork all over the place. The other thing is, when you're taking off masks as well, once this has been painted, just make sure you just run your blade along those edges again, just to make sure you cut through the paint and the tape, so when you peel the tape up, it doesn't peel the paint back off the canopies. Okay guys, hopefully this video has been handy for you, and sub below, leave any comments below if you have some different ideas and ways of doing this. Let me know, send me a link to a video or whatever, and yeah, I'll look forward to hearing from you and see you in the next video.